All right, folk. Today is January 26th, 2021. As you all know, today is a year removed from the death of Kobe Bean Bryant and his daughter Gianna Bryant, along with 7 others, baseball coach John Altobelli and his wife Carrie, and their basketball playing daughter Alyssa, mother and daughter Sarah and Peyton Chester, Mamba Academy basketball coach Christina Malzer, and pilot Ara Zabayan. Rest in peace to all the victims involved in this terrible plane crash, and blessings to all the friends and family who live with it every day. This was an interview me and my brother Ed conducted a while back. It was actually a part of episode 2, Mail Time, on the podcast. And originally, I wasn't going to do anything today. I was just going to fall back. But me and Ed loved Kobe like as if we knew this dude. And so I figured it would be good to bring some positivity into such a gloomy day and to hear 2 guys who truly love the game of basketball and, more importantly, love Kobe Bean Bryant. The good, the bad, the ugly, it didn't matter. We were there for it all. Um, so just take a moment if you want and hear us crack some jokes, um, hear us talk about some good moments, talk about what it meant to us. Thank you, Kobe, for everything that you gave us, for every dribble, for every set of instructions, for every doubt we've ever had within ourselves. And we look to one of your documentaries or your speeches or your excerpts where you just kept saying, just keep going, just keep going. We appreciate you more than ever. And while things are definitely different this year with you not being here in the physical, last year showed us more than ever that you were here in the spiritual. Sleep well, brother. Forever Mamba. Hopefully you didn't leave early and you stayed in tune because you would have missed out the clue because I was going to be giving away some new Yeezys. Let me not lie. I am not giving y'all no new Yeezys. All right? Look, I appreciate y'all listening, but we ain't doing no giveaways, dog. I'm broke. But what I would like to do now is to introduce my brother from another mother because my mom only had 2 kids. She made me clarify that. Plus, we don't look nothing alike. My one and only, the road dog, my boy Ed. Yo, so what's going on, man? Tell me how you feeling? How you feeling?
Feeling good, man. Feeling great. No, let me let you know. First of all, it is an honor to be, the first guest on this show.
That's right. That's
Hopefully
right.
hopefully you get a lot more guests that are way higher up than me. But I appreciate you getting me on here, bro.
No problem, no problem. For people who listening right now who don't necessarily know, me and Ed go way back, and this podcast actually was an idea of both of ours. This was something that we both passionately cared about, and my man, he's always been supportive and super down for me, and he thought that the better thing would be for me to lead this, and that he would just help and assist whenever I need to. And so when I called for him to be on the first episode with a feature, he accepted because he didn't have no choice. But anywho, today is an important day for the both of us. I'm not sure if people know this. Our closest friends already know what time it is. But for those who don't know, today is Mamba Day. That's right, August 24th, Mamba
Rest
Day
in
for
peace.
the late and great Kobe Bryant.
I mean, it's just really going back, bro. It's just really a moment to reflect because I feel like with the media coverage of everything, it's good to hear the flowers that were given to him. But I feel like taking this time the way we are, just two fans. Like we really wasn't more than fans. I think we saw him live a bunch of times, but we was just fans. To just take this moment to hear from some genuine,
Day one.
been there since day one fans to just kind of reflect on the impact he had on our lives, just in our mentality from the way it goes. Man, this man was just transcended, just took over so many aspects of it. But yeah, man, Just wanted to add that part in there.
Definitely, man. And that's what it's really all about. At the end of the day, we were fans. We were two dudes who came together. Funny enough, we were two dudes who came together because of our fandom for Kobe, or in some
Yeah.
eyes, people would say standum. But let me ask you, man, when the on the 26th, take me back to January
Mhm.
26th. Where were you? Uh, what were you doing? How did you feel when you heard everything go down?
Man, the day it happened was a shocker for me. I was actually landing on a flight, and you always hear the news of like you turn on your phone and things just start blowing up. Your email is going off. ESPN is sending you 3,000 alerts. You never really like look into it, but I just remember I turned on my phone, just having landed, and I'm just getting text messages and text messages and text messages, and I'm like, man, what's happening? Something happened. I'm not this important. And then the first text message I read is actually from my homegirl, who she was like, yo, Ed, you okay? And I was like, man, what? And then after that, I read a text message from my wife, and she was like, babe, Kobe passed away. I I thought she was playing a prank on me, man. It still gives me jitters. The first time I read that, because the first text message, I was kind of like, man, whatever, they playing with me.
Right,
But when my
right.
wife texted me, I just knew, because she don't care about basketball, and all she ever do to get on my nerves is just talk trash about the Lakers. And for her to just come out and ask and tell me that, it was just shocking. And I just remember after that, my initial reaction was like, nah, no way. Like, this is somebody else. This is somebody that was like on Kobe's helicopter, and they got it mixed up. Like, they got the wrong news. Like, I'm gonna just wait for the confirmation from like the Lakers at that point. Like, I'm not even believing the news. I'm not even believing CNN. I'm not believing TMZ. I for sure ain't believing TMZ.
Right,
Um,
right.
but man, I just remember just the whole day. It felt like a Michael Bay movie. Like, it was just looking up and just slow mo around me. Just I couldn't believe what was happening. I didn't think it was real. It took me so long to really process what happened. And then when I heard Gigi pass too, man, I was devastated. Like, just devastated. I've never been the type of person that's been impacted by celebrities passing. I understand, like, that sometimes they get called to a higher power, whatever it may be. But people die all the time. So why do we give them so much, uh, like, our time? But man, all my shit talking died the day Kobe passed away, because it was just like, what am I doing? This guy never even knows who I am. Never took the time to be like, oh, I know this guy named Ed. He's pretty cool. Nah, like, didn't even couldn't even say what my name was. And for some reason, I just felt like my arm and my leg was taken from me. I was just like, what just happened? How did you find out?
Man, I ain't even gonna hold you on it. I I bawled, bro. Like thinking about it, I the last time I probably broke down like that was probably when Nip passed more than anything. But I remember I was at home, everything was going good. Um I was chilling. I was on the couch, I think, and I was playing with Onyx, and I got like an alert on my phone, and I'm thinking, whenever somebody tell you, or text you, yo, you good, you know you're not supposed to be good. I saw the text message. You know how you can preview it a little bit before you click it open. You know how it is when you want to curve somebody and you don't want to respond. So you see them first three words that they say, like, they not talking about nothing. Gonna leave that right there. And then more friends tried to call me, but I just couldn't pick up because sometimes when it's reported on TMZ, sometimes that stuff just be wrong, and I really don't really know what's truthful or not. And then also a piece of it, me, I mean, I'm thinking Kobe missed a comeback from an Achilles injury, come back and win a championship with broken fingers, torn MCLs, all these injuries, all these measuring sticks, these milestones that he surpassed. you know it's real when it's on ABC. Like you can go anywhere else and you can play around, but they typically don't play around when they stop a regular show that's going on and just go straight to the news and report it. And I saw the flames,
Yep.
and I just couldn't believe it, man. I had to take a moment. I told Brooks I'd be back. I walked out the house, um, and I walked to my car, and I knew I shouldn't get behind the wheel. So instead of getting behind the wheel, I just sat in the back seat. When it comes to basketball, I know everybody might have their own feelings about Kobe here or there, but like as a basketball player and just like the mindset that you have to have and apply to your life, that Mamba mentality, I definitely ingrained it into everything I had because I didn't have anybody who taught me how to play basketball. You know, I didn't have anybody who taught me how to do a lot of things. I just had to, for lack of a better term, pick shit up and just do it. And to see them gone so young, it still to this day doesn't feel real. And I sat in that back seat and I was up there for maybe an hour, bro. Just sitting for like the first 15. And then after that, the waterworks ran. And I just like, I didn't say much. It wasn't like he can't be gone. It wasn't one of those, but it was one of those. Um, what's that? What's the movie with Denzel Washington? Glory. It
Glory?
was one of
Oh
those.
my God, that one
Yeah,
teardrop that
man.
falls forever.
Yeah, man. But them tears never stopped. It was hard, man. And like I just couldn't stop it. And it was like all the years probably that I usually pin up and try not to express when I'm like, sad about something or whatever.
I think that's the I think that was the hardest part right there. Like we saw this new Kobe. Like this wasn't Kobe Bean. This wasn't Black Mamba. This was Kobe Bryant, the father. Kobe Bryant, the novel writer.
But not to get too deep because I know we can go for a while onto that issue. It's definitely something that changed us all. Let me ask you, what was your favorite Kobe moment?
Here we go.
And in honor of Gigi, let me get two of them things.
Off the top of my head, so you remember back, what was that? 2013 when we had the Nash and Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
And we really thought we were going places, and boy, was we not going anywhere. We really, for a minute there, we thought we had another Malone, Gary Payton situation where we just got some washed
Yo,
up
we
names.
we talked so much shit in that off season.
We really thought we was gonna win some, but I remember it was the game against the Nets, and at that point, I think we wasn't really like people were like, I don't think these boys making it into the playoffs, and I was like, man, we spent all this money and not gonna make it to the playoffs, and boy, did Kobe prove me wrong because he just grabbed that ball, came in from the side, and he really funked it on what's his name, Chris
Won 12
Humphreys.
straight, if I'm not mistaken.
Wait, but he
Drug
don't that
drug our
dunk that
ass
he
there.
did on two of them just oh my god, just funked it, and that was older Kobe. Like that wasn't get up in the air, slam dunk, 360 Kobe. This was if you got a dunk from Kobe, it's because it was a fast break and he was by himself, and somehow he reached up and skied over two of the nets and just straight funked it down the middle, and that was when I knew I was like, man, I don't care what these critics say, we making the playoffs this year. Um, Thankfully we did, but it was at the cost of the Achilles. But that was a great. That was one of my
Yeah.
greatest Kobe moments, man. I just remember thinking, I'm never doubting this man ever again. I don't care how old he get. Um, and man, were we in for something special when that season wrapped up. I think that might have been one of my favorite seasons too, the 2012 2013 season, because we just went through so much up and downs, and no matter what, Kobe was like, I got this. Man, he willed us into those playoffs.
What was the second take?
This one, being from Orlando, anytime the Magic play, I always gotta hear it. Anytime the Magic are good, I always gotta hear it from all my boys. Oh, you see us, and I'm like, all right, how many times are we gonna take the championship from you? So back when Dwight, I think it was his rookie season. Um, yeah, actually, it was his rookie season because then there was an interview about this afterwards. When Dwight was in his first year, all my boys were talking so much trash because back then having a big man was like the first key cog that you needed to get into the playoffs. Like you needed to have a dominant big man that can block. that can rebound. And Dwight was that player
Mm-hmm.
for the Magic. He came in and he was a force. Kobe wasn't backing down from him though. And when he funked it on Kobe on Dwight's head, man, was I so happy because I talked shit for weeks. All my boys would never hear the end of it. Oh, yeah, you see what Dwight doing? I'm like, the only thing I see is Kobe's nuts on Dwight's shoulder. What you talking about? Like that was my shit. I love that moment. That moment held me down for 3 seasons. I could shut up any Magic fan just by telling them like, oh, you mean the Dwight that got dunked on by Kobe? Nah, dog, he ain't shit. And that to me is my one of my all time favorite Kobe highlights, man.
For me, I would probably say the first favorite Kobe moment was probably the slam dunk contest. Um, my boy wasn't getting no minutes that season. Hey, for him to get to the All Star show, I remember talking with my granddad. He's the one who actually put me on Kobe, and he was like, "Man, that boy good, but he don't supposed to be there." and and I remember when he did the dunk, and it wasn't more so the dunk that he did that like really blew my mind. It was his like attitude afterwards,
Oh, he knew
like
he knew he
just
was
the
a show on
flex.
campus.
Yeah, yeah, because at that time I was a shy kid. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I had all this ability, all this brains, all this smarts, all these looks and everything, but I was real shy. They used to call your boy a hunchback. Um, I was, ugly man.
I mean,
it
that
can
ain't
go on,
changed,
but
dog. You still pretty ugly.
well, well, yeah, we gonna edit that. But nah, man, that was probably one of my favorite moments because that was when he stood out and said, you know what, I'm here. I ain't getting the minutes that AI and everybody else are getting who came from my class right
Garnett
now.
was. Remember at that point, everybody thought Garnett was the truth.
Yeah, yeah. And then to see that take and to see his interactions with MJ during that All Star game, it was like wow, like even they knew, oh, this dude right here is he's something special. Yeah, he's something special. And then I would say my second moment, that's a tough one, but I would say my second moment would be, I don't want to go cheesy, but it's cheesy.
Don't
But
tell me
it
the
would
final
have to be
game.
that. No, 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 not that cheesy. It ain't that cheesy. That was depressing. That was sad. It was over. I was so happy for him, but it was over after that. It was nothing else. I was exhausted like I damn played. But it was when he dropped 81, man.
Oh, all right, all right. I mean,
The reason being was one, you took my other moment on Dwight Howard.
bro, I mean, you know what
That
that
was
meant for me?
nasty.
You know
Because
what
we
that?
was in high school then, so it was a different level. Like this is before, you know what I'm saying? This is before YouTube really took off. This was before social media was booming.
That was
But
when you saw the
81 get
ESPN highlights, and then you
yeah.
knew then that the da was gonna be all you was talking trash about. Boy, oh, I love that highlight.
Mm, that one no, you know what? You know what? I'll give you a better one. I won't go the cheesy 81 route. This would have been the third one. The He Can't Guard Me game.
Oh, that was just disrespectful.
He
That,
can't the He Can't Guard Me game against Shane Battier with the Rockets. I believe it was the 2008 playoffs. I think it was the Western Conference
man,
Finals.
he was
They
eating
had been
Shane
leading up
Battier
there,
up. Oh my god.
eating him up. Barbecue chicken. It was a mouse in the house the whole game, and my boy had the broom, and it was nothing that you can do. And he got into that rare zone where he was killing with the long ball. He was killing with middies. He was killing with pump fakes, underhand throwing alleys to himself against Shane Battier. Like this ain't like some Joe Schmo sausage head defender.
He was
This
supposed to
is
be
a
the Kobe killer.
lockdown defender. Yeah, and didn't they learn from that before? And to see a guy put up, I believe he put up 42 points that game or something like that, and just buckets, and it wasn't bad defense, as Mark Jackson would always say, not bad defense, just better. Oh, The man's hand was in his face, and Kobe was just looking through his hand
Didn't care for him.
at all and just started talking the whole
And
game.
that's the
The
thing.
man got a tech because he was saying he couldn't guard him. How you gonna give somebody a tech when the man can't guard you? You saying he can't guard you, and then you provide the footage to show the ref, look, ref, he couldn't guard me. And the ref's like, yeah, I know, but I gotta give you the tech.
Nobody can
Big
stop
boy.
you. Oh, just
How he told Paul he put on his big boy pants.
big boy pants.
Big
Oh
boy
man, one of
pants.
these days we need to have a podcast about how you don't appreciate Pau Gasol enough, but that ain't for today, man.
Oh, it's a shot. Nah, Pau cool. He just can't come to my wedding. Nah, he cool. He cool. He cool. We gonna show Pau some appreciation. One of these days we're gonna have a Pau appreciation episode. I'm gonna let Ed lead that. I'm gonna come in for I might even say the eulogy. But
When they retire
but
his
we'll
jersey
let
next
you
to
host.
Kobe, dog, it's happening.
Yeah, they should. They should. Shout out to Pau. I was late. I'll be honest. I was late on Pau. I used to be hard on Pau, and then I just really had to look back at it all, and I was like, damn, I was wrong. I mean, he had his soft moments, but man, Powell was different. Powell was different, and we don't get them 2 titles without Powell. That's a fact. So shout out to Powell. Shout out to that whole that team. Shout out to Dr. Buss. Um, but let me ask you
Shout out to
now,
Andrew Bynum's
what?
knees.
let me ask you now. What is what is your favorite asshole Kobe moment? Because
Oh, I don't even gotta
he
think
was
about
a
this one.
jerk.
I don't even gotta think about this one, man. My favorite asshole Kobe moment will forever be him looking at the camera and just saying, after we beat the fucking Celtics out of any team, after we just finished our three-peat, after he had played with I think it was a broken finger, and we had beat the living breaks off of the Celtics. Cameraman, the anchor asked him a question, what it meant to him, and he was just like, I got one more than Shaq. Bro, how you this petty? How you this petty that you beat a rival franchise, that you three-peat, that you get your fifth ring, that you have your baby sitting on your knees, and what it means to you is that you got one more than
Killer,
Shaq, and he said take that to the bank. Oh,
killer,
oh, that's just, to this day I've been like,
killer.
oof, just mean for no reason.
Um, so the next, oh, actually, let
What's
me.
your asshole moment,
I'll
bro?
give my favorite. Yeah, 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 yeah. This one is easy. I've been thinking about it. I was hoping you wasn't gonna say it, and boy, you did not. But the biggest asshole moment. It's a regular Sunday outside, off season. Kobe happens to decide to go downtown LA
Mhm,
to go to Nike House of Hoops. He
mhm.
goes to Nike House of Hoops in his car. He gets out his car. Some fans pull up with a phone. The fans pull up with the phone. The fans say, Kobe, Kobe, we heard rumors, and I'm not, this ain't for verbatim people. You can find a YouTube link. It is still out there. But they say, Kobe, we heard that there's rumors of Jason Kidd coming to the Lakers for Andrew Bynum. What do you think about that? Kobe, in asshole fashion. Jason Kidd? Oh, hold on, let me try to do my Kobe voice. Jason Kidd for Andrew Bynum? Trade his ass. Trade his ass.
That was a pretty good Kobe impression, dog.
Yo, instantly when he said trade his ass twice, as if the camera wasn't rolling. I'm like, dog, you are going to kill this man's confidence. One. Then on top of that, we ain't getting Jason Kidd. So you still got to play with this man. Now at that point, people may not know, but Andrew Bynum was kind of trash. I mean, it wasn't really panning out. We hyped it up a little bit more because he dunked on Shaq, but that was about as many highlights as we was getting. He still had to learn how to hoop. He didn't become like Andrew Bynum, the best center for about one season in the league. That he became later on in his career with hella post moves. He was a phenomenal big man. He bloomed into one, but man, Kobe ate him up. Trade his ass. I'll bring up next my favorite. You can tell me after this one, but my favorite Kobe sneaker would probably have to be the Kobe fives,
Oh,
dog.
bro, I thought you were about to say something else. All right, go for it.
Nah, the Kobe fives, bro.
What
I
color
fell
scheme?
upon all purple, all
Oof,
purple.
you nasty,
We
you
used to hoop. I used to
nasty.
hoop in them.
I
Those are the
know.
ones I used to hoop in. That was my favorite shoe. I had no idea the Kobe 5 at that point. For those who ain't sneakerheads, some shoes you just don't hoop in yet.
Mm-mm.
At least not when you came up like how we did, where any quality shoe is like only for like flex purposes.
And stunting.
Only if you stepping you stepping out. You ain't hooping in these. I got bold enough to get a pair of those shoes. This was back when Kobe's were going for 120, I believe. And 120 in undergrad is a lot of money.
That financial aid money, bro.
Bro, you know how many oodles or noodles I could have got? I ain't eat for a week, you dig? Like I was eating off of roomies for a minute. But man, I saved up. I remember saving up for that shoe because it was sitting. Kobe's weren't selling out like crazy like
Mm-mm.
that. They were sitting. And I
Well, after
remember
that shoe, they started selling out because I think that was the
yeah,
first time
yeah.
that they made them low cut like that. I think that's when you said that.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the
The four, well,
soccer.
the four was the first one. Yeah, the
Oh, that's
four
what it
was the
was, the
first
four
one.
one. Yeah, where he was saying that
Yeah,
soccer athletes
but
play
the
in low
five
ankles.
was the sexy. The five was when the Bruce Lee colorway came out. It
Oh
was
yeah.
when the Joker colorway came out. I had got a pair of Jokers for a birthday gift, but I had never spent my own money, and I got these purple joints before I got the birthday gift. So when I had these on, you got to believe that's why I used to always be trying to go way too hard in the paint. Because first of all, I'm gonna get my money's worth. Second of all, them shoes were so comfortable and so cold. I might even have to post a picture. Matter of fact, I wore those shoes when we played. I think when we played in the frat tourney. I'm not sure. No, I wore some J's in that one, some
Oh,
tens,
wealthy.
but some eight.
Just out here
Yeah.
saying, nah, never mind.
Nah,
I
nah, nah.
wear some
These,
J's.
these. No, I wore those J's. I wore that. Man, those things were dunzo. First of all, them shits did not fit. My homeboy had a connect at Foot Locker, and he got me a pair for the free ski. But the free ski didn't mean my size ski. So they were like a half. They were like a half or a whole size short. But like I was never gonna wear them eights. It was the gray, white, and orange one. Who was rocking those? Like, man, I took the soul out of them hoes, put them bad boys on, and went off. Like, and that might have been the last day I wore them things. I had bunions so rough on my feet, dog. That was like the dumbest thing I probably ever could have done.
See, and
Like, never again.
that's why my favorite ones were actually the Kobe sixes. Those were the so fully
Yeah,
admitted.
those are cold.
I only owned three pairs of Kobe's, and all three of them were Kobe sixes. Cause that black and gold with the snake print on it, or whatever that type of
Yeah, those
print
are
was,
cold.
I wore those to. First of all, I wore it on like a date, and then I was like, man, these too comfortable. I gotta run in these. I gotta work out in
Wait, you
these.
wore them on a date?
I wore them on a date thinking I was stunting. Them shoes, them shoes was so comfortable. Man, I swear I played basketball in them. I I wore them for so long that when I bought the second pair of sixes, I was like, all right, these going to be my cut grass shoes. And I hate that I did that to my Kobe's, but I was cutting grass in them. They were so comfortable. I love those
You
sixes.
wildin', you wildin'.
To this day, I will forever look at the Kobe sixes as the best pair of shoes that I've ever worn, except for some like Harachis.
So, when is the first time you've ever seen Kobe play? Whether it be on television, if that was a great memory, or if it was in person that you remember.
I'm gonna go with the first time I saw him in person because I got a story afterwards. So,
Okay.
first time I saw him in person was actually at the Amway Center. I think we had just played the Magic for some. I can't remember what game
Was
it
that with
was.
me?
What?
Was that the game I went with you with
No, 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 no,
went
no,
to?
no, no. This was before you. Um,
You cheating.
no, my bad, dog.
You conniving, low down, dirty. Ooh.
So that game, I go and watch Kobe play live, and it was just a masterpiece. I think he dropped something like 32 points, no assists. Next day, I go out to City Walk.
Wait. You can't just 32 points, no assist.
Because you know that was the Kobe stat line: 32
Yeah,
points,
yeah,
11
yeah.
rebounds,
That was a
one
good game. That was a good game. Yeah.
the one assist was him throwing himself off the backboard. It was like, wait, they counted as a rebound, didn't they?
Ring it up.
Next day I go to City Walk to go watch a movie. I don't know which. I think it was Fast. It was one of the Fast and the Furious movies. Tell me how I'm there. I get out the movie theater. I look around. I see Derek Fisher. I see Luke Walton. I see Devin George. I'm like, wait a minute. Am I about to meet Kobe in person? I was fangirling out. So much so that I watched all of them go into the bathroom, and I do not like to admit this because it really happened, but I had to do this. I'm like, Kobe in that bathroom. I gotta go meet Kobe. I go in
Oh, you a nasty. You nasty.
I go
You
into
nasty.
I go into the bathroom and I literally pee right next to, so there's a stall between me and Devin George, and I get so mad because I'm like, man, Kobe ain't in here. Kobe wasn't at the movie theaters with him. What was I thinking? Of course he ain't at the movie with his teammates. He probably at home, icing his knees, getting ready to shoot some threes. I was so mad, man. But that was the first time I saw Kobe live, and I really thought I was gonna see him the next day, but I didn't. I was so sad.
I couldn't imagine being the other guy in the bathroom who was just trying to take a dump. Ran out during Fast and the Furious. This was probably when Bow Wow uh, decided he wanted to drift. What a bad
I need to
movie.
look up what game that was. Boy,
Yo, and he's in there taking the ill deuce. And here comes Mr. 6 points a game, Devin George.
I
And he venting about why Kobe didn't respond to the text message.
I was really hoping I was
He
gonna
didn't
get
come out
some
for
tea or something.
right. And then he comes in this guy and they think you gonna get an autograph. And you just in there pissing and waiting for
Waiting for
Kobe to
Kobe.
come in.
I think I saw Lamar Odom washing his hands too, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get Lamar Odom's
Oh
autograph at
man.
least, but I'm not asking Devin George for an autograph. What I look like?
I'll say, damn, that's better. You won. No memory I have of Kobe is ever like that. At what moment this might be the answer to that? I was gonna say, at what moment did you realize you might be a stan?
The moment that I knew I was a stan was when I really tried to defend that Kobe makes his teammates better by not passing them the ball. When I was so let me preface this. When LeBron was with the Heat and they had the Heatles, as
Ooh,
everybody that knows
we
me
was,
knows I hate
ooh.
Miami fans, and I'm gonna go ahead and say that on
And
the
that's
record.
when you became my dog. Then that's when I knew I had a rider because we went through
Oof,
it. But we had some battles in chapter for that. We went through it.
man, Miami fans. Look, man, I love the Miami Heat. I love Spolstra. I love what Pat Riley stands for. I think that is a great franchise. And I think for them to be such a great franchise, the Miami fans suck. So
Yeah,
I knew I
the fake
wasn't
ones, not the real ones,
not the
not the
no
real
yeah.
ones. Yeah.
If you was down and you know your Donis is your man and you've been rocking with the Heat from day one, I'm with you. But if you're the one that was not rocking with the Heat until LeBron came, and when LeBron left, you still can't tell me who the starting five are. I'm talking to you.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I knew I was a stan when I really tried to argue that LeBron didn't make his players better
Oh,
by
you was in
passing
your
them the
bag.
ball, and that Kobe made his players better by not passing them the ball because that would make them want to be better so that Kobe could trust them enough to throw him the ball. Man, I really, really tried to make that argument, and then after a while, I was like, why am I hating on LeBron so much? LeBron, a really good player, and he does give his teammates an opportunity. But then I watch Kobe just stare down his opponents and take that three with two hands in his face, and I'm just like, nah, give me Kobe all day, dog.
Right. I'll say for me, man, it was a few moments. I can't even decide, so I'm gonna try to hot take them all. One moment was when I found myself trying to bite on my damn jersey and realized that sweat tastes like ass.
Yeah, how Kobe did that for
Yo,
so long, bro? My breath stank
I
afterwards.
have no idea. He had to be mad thirsty. I was never that thirsty after the first couple of sips because I used to do it naturally on my own, but I never did it for drinking purposes. So when he dropped the gym, oh, I do this because I be thirsty and I want to quench my mouth. I'm like, oh damn, this must be a gym. Let me add this to the arsenal. Nerp. It did not change my game. As a matter of fact, I made sure I brought extra Gatorade because that was just nasty. Uh, the second moment I knew I was was a stand when I got into a full out argument on Christmas Day. It was the year that we lost to the Heat on Christmas Day, I think. The first year that Shaq went down there and they like tore us up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to defend that honor, and I realized like, dog, it's Christmas. Like,
Why am I arguing?
yeah, my heart was pounding, G. But the biggest moment, and this is the best moment actually because it brought about something great from it. The best moment was actually the day that I met you. And that was when I walked in to, I don't even know what the name of that place was called in Tally.
It don't exist
But
no
it was
more.
like a little, oh, it don't? Okay. Yeah, I know where it's at, where it was at, but I just never knew what it was called. But I went into there. I remember I was chilling with Julio, and he was like, "Yo, come by with us at this little spot." You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be some bros there. It's gonna be some of the homies. It's gonna be some ladies gonna be out there. You can meet some people. This was when I was still kind of like a freshman, I think, either freshman or sophomore year, one of those years. I can't remember what year it was, but I didn't know everybody who was there. And we was going to watch a game, but it wasn't supposed to be that serious. And at that point, the Lakers weren't really doing much.
Mm-mm.
And I come in the room with a full on big purple shirt saying Kobe and Kobe and
And
Kobe
Kobe
and
and Kobe.
Kobe
Oh,
as
I
the
still
top
remember that
five.
shit.
And I remember I remember walking in, and as soon as I walked in, he was like, "Yo!" And I didn't even know it. I was like, I don't know who he is, but he the only one who didn't roll his eyes when he saw that shirt because that room was filled with Heat and fake Heat fans at that time.
Hmm.
And I walked in there, and man, that was a good moment. But that was when I knew I was a stan. I was like, I remember going on eBay feeling so excited to buy this little shirt. That shirt like was like $17.99, dog. And you know how long I wrote that shirt out. Matter of fact, I'm definitely gonna post a picture of me with that shirt working on a film set because
There
I
you go,
had that
dog.
shirt and it was way too small. So that shirt will be popping up in the pod.
All right, so let me ask you a question then.
Go ahead, go ahead.
All right, 8 or 24?
Ah, this is hard. This is the hardest probably because um I grew up so much with him, and I remember all the parts of him. I remember the flash of eight. I remember the aggression of eight. I remember the excellence of eight too, the clutch moments. And then with 24, I remember the skill. I remember the leadership, and I remember the will. He did some things I probably never thought he would have done in 24, but I think I'm gonna roll eight
Mm.
because it's something about that brashness that he really just didn't care. He just was playing the game how it was played, how we all were playing it at the time. We all wanted to be MJ, we all wanted to be Kobe, we all wanted to be AI, and he had that swag, that sauce, that persona, and he had the fro. Now I don't know what happened. I don't know if he sacrificed for skill because his hairline went way back.
Faded back just as far as him, bro.
Bro, I was like, Kobe, just go bald, dog. Just go bald. You don't even have a fade no more. You gotta it was, but that number eight, man, that brought up so many memories. It made me so excited. It was such a great time, and it was just really something that I was just happy to be a part of. To be honest, to see him grow up and to have those young memories, and to see him airball those four airball shots in the playoffs, and to see him bloom from that, that really was like, I think that was something that I always looked forward to forever after that. What about you, man?
Man, even though the Jesus Shuttleworth role was meant for Kobe in the number 8, and that movie would have been so much better with Kobe in it. I gotta stick with 24 because 24 was the first time that I watched the NBA and I got feelings. I mean, 24 gave me the two free throws with a torn Achilles, man. There is nothing 8 did that is harder than walking up on your own accord with no assistance, pulling up and making those two free throws and walking off on your own with a torn Achilles. Oh my God, that is movies can't even write a script that good. And 24 gave me that. 24 gave me the last game, just dropping more points than I thought could possibly be coming out of him, and just topping what Shaq asked him to do. 24 gave me some of the greatest memories. And even though number 8 made me excited for basketball, 24 made me appreciate the NBA that during this pandemic, man, I wish Kobe was here to come back and finish because Bubble Kobe would have been a different beast and nobody would have been ready for it. And I really do appreciate that 24 laid it out on the line for us and gave us his greatest moments.
Yeah, but I ain't gonna hold you too long. I just wanted the people to hear from two fans of Kobe, who love him, who miss him, who wish he was here right now to see our Lakers doing what he knew we would do, and hopefully a championship comes out of it. If not, it's been a great run, but we gonna get that championship, um, and and just to thank him and to let him know that we appreciate him, and again, we wish he was here. I miss you, bro. Thank you for all the memories, the good, the bad, the times where I damn near had to come to blows trying to defend you.
The good, the bad, the
Uh,
smush puckers, but oh, the
yeah,
Spanish
man,
accent came out. The smush parkers. Woof.
the, the for people calling me on the court, calling me Kobe. I don't know if that was a diss or if that was a acknowledgement, but man,
That was a
I
diss.
really just appreciate.
You ain't
Yeah,
passed the
it
ball,
probably
bro.
was.
I play with you.
Yeah. Relax. All right, people. We finna get on out of here. You know what I'm saying? This was another episode of the Torchy Andretti show with Eddie Teddy, uh, and he will not be back.
All right,
Yo,
brother.
you got to want to say anything to the people
Nah, I
before you go?
appreciate you having me on, and Lakers in 6. Let's go.
All right, bet. Peace.
Peace.